Today we're here celebrating the LCTCS Taste of Louisiana Legislative Breakfast, and it features 6 of our culinary programs from institutions all over Louisiana. Lots of Louisiana food and great breakfast. The legislators are able to come in this morning and have a great breakfast and have an opportunity to be introduced to some of our students and our faculty as well. So great opportunity to mix and mingle and share good food.
We are having a taste of Louisiana, a taste of what we do at the community and technical college system, at the school side, at the school level. This morning is a breakfast, literally a taste. It's showing all the culinary arts and just how darn good we really are. And each school has brought their culinary best out to let everybody try it. We move from here in a little while, we go in and we want to thank the legislators, we want to thank the senators, we want to say thank you to everybody for what they've done and allowed us to do. We have built a system that is training the workforce for Louisiana. What we have on display is the high demand. We've got cyber, you've got industrial process technology, you've got some really exciting things on display to let people know what it is that we do. So it's a give back, it's a thank you, but it's also to let everyone see that their votes have been going in the right place and we appreciate what they have given us.
And why is it important that we continue to develop Louisiana's workforce?
Why is it important? Because we want Louisiana to be successful. We want to be the best at everything. I think the best answer is we want everybody in Louisiana to live comfortably, healthy, happy. If you have a great job, you can do that. And we believe that everybody's trainable. You and I were just joking, you're never too old to be a student. And that's true. If you don't like what you're doing, there is a way, there's probably a school within 20 miles of every driveway in Louisiana where we can get you a skill where you can come to work doing what you love to do. Look, the goal is to put your feet on the ground in the morning and go, wow, I can't believe I'm going to work. And when someone mentions retire, you don't want to retire because your life and your job have become the same and you love it so much. That's the goal. That's what's so important about what we do.
Why did you choose culinary school and why did you choose Bossier Parish?
I've always had a passion for cooking. I was in the oil field and I just decided for a career change. Heard a lot about the culinary program at Bossier Parish and decided to join. And my instructor, Chef Julie, I'm real proud to be underneath her and be a student.
And what's the biggest takeaway that you've experienced through being a student there?
Definitely just the professional skill level of the culinary program. I always kind of knew how to cook from my mother, but Chef Julie really steps it up a notch.
And what is your favorite food to cook?
My favorite food, wow. I would say I like it all. That's where I'm at. I'm kind of a catch-all guy.
And what are your plans after graduation?
Definitely trying to find a career in this, more of the fine dining, hopefully. So I got my fingers crossed.
You learn basic culinary skills, and we introduce you to baking. So by the time you're finished with our program, you've had a taste of making danishes, cream puffs, cakes, pies, muffins, quick breads, etc.
Speaking of a taste, tell me a little bit about what we're doing here at the Capitol today.
Well, actually, we're doing Taste of Louisiana, and I'm representing our school, our campus. We made a shrimp and grit, and we had it garnished with a guacamole and actually a pickled pimento. It seemed to go over well. And we also did a cheddar andouille biscuit.
What is the biggest challenge that you faced in teaching your students?
My biggest challenge is students have been out of school for a while, so getting acclimated back to academia has been a challenge somewhat. But they seem to do well once they realize, hey, I'm in college now.
What are some of the foods that they're sampling today?
Well, one of the things that we provided from BIPSI is a beef tenderloin crepe, and it's just delicious. But there are tons of delicious items that have been prepared by, I think, about 6 different colleges.
And tell me a little bit about the program at your school.
So we've got a certificate in technical studies in culinary arts. It's a little less than a year program, and we provide training that meets the needs for the 5 casinos in Northwest Louisiana, and our graduates are coveted by those folks.
And are you facing any challenges with upcoming possible budget cuts?
Well, that's another one of the reasons why we're here is to showcase what we do, to help our legislators see that that what the training that goes on in the two-year colleges is an investment. We're not an expense. We produce taxpayers, and actually we return more dollars in taxes to the state of Louisiana than we take, and so we're a great return on investment.
And where can people get more information about the programs available?
Definitely our website. Visit our website at bpcc.edu, and you'll learn more about our culinary program and our dozens of other really high-quality training programs.
What types of challenges does Louisiana face right now in terms of workforce need and being met?
Challenges that Louisiana faces are many. Yeah, obviously, we're driven by an oil and gas economy, and that always goes up and always goes down. What we need to do is we need to remember that people need to be training and learning all the time. If they're currently doing, and I can use industrial construction just because it's what we do. If someone's currently doing it, they need to continue upskilling, get better, increase productivity, move on, get a better, higher paying job, keep moving through that food chain, through that organization. We also need to bring new people in and tell them how exciting it is. I'm passionate about what we do. 7 million people in the construction business, 1 out of 4 own their own business. You can't do that anyplace else. And so what we're excited about is getting people into what we do. Why is it important? The challenges in Louisiana, look, it's real easy to we want to hunt, we want to cook, we want to enjoy, we want to go to festivals. What we've got to do is make sure we remind people that training is important. Let's get good training. Let's constant, never-ending learning. That's what we need to do.
And a little bit later in the Rotunda, you're going to have something else going on. Tell me a little bit about that.
Right, so this is our 3rd annual workforce experience where we bring together students and programs, high-demand programs from all over Louisiana, where we also bring in a little bit of equipment and give legislators an opportunity to try some things out. So we'll have crane simulators, we'll have simulators that simulate processes within some of the facilities around Louisiana. We'll have lots of healthcare students as well, and so we'll check out the skill set of some of our legislators a little later today, so it should be fun.
What is the purpose of LCTCS bringing the students here and highlighting their skills and what they're learning?
You know, it's really important for legislators to put faces and people with a lot of the discussions that we have about workforce demands and the good work that goes on in our colleges, but for them to see a real student in front of them who's benefiting from the program, who's now out making a living and contributing to their communities, it's really important for them to see that in the flesh.
And the budget is a hot topic as usual. And what would you like to see happen this session?
You know, I think probably the thing we need more than anything else is a level of stability. There's such tremendous workforce demands out there. What Louisiana needs is to make investments in its people, and that's exactly what we do at community and technical colleges. And so we look forward to finding some solutions along with members of the legislature, the governor, and others to ensure that we can meet that workforce demand.
Well, we decided to bring some of our automation equipment to Baton Rouge. We have a robot that our students wrote the program for. We also have a pneumatics trainer that we use also in the automation program.
Tell me a little bit about the program. What do you teach your students? What kind of future do they have?
What we stress is high wage, high demand, high skill jobs where our students can have a living wage. They can actually take care of their family or themselves with high skill jobs. We try to fit the need of the manufacturers in the area. We have classes, our core classes are called Certification for Manufacturing, where you give them a chance to learn about industry in general. You take 4 core classes, Introduction to Manufacturing Processes, Tools and Equipment, Automation, and Fabrication Process Technology and Machining. That gives the companies an entry-level employee if the student decides just to take those 4 classes. But other than that, the student can go on and get a technical diploma and have 3 different concentrations, one in automation, electrical and instrumentation. We have a concentration in machine tool technology and also have a concentration in millwright. So all of those are high skill, high demand, high wage jobs.
And what type of, what is the size of the program? How many students do you teach?
We have, right now, it's a growing program. We just had it, this is just the 2nd year for the program, and right now we have 35 to 40 students.
And tell me about the robot behind you.
The robot is part of our manufacturing training center. It's a brand new robot. First time, really, the program's been written on it, so wanted to highlight some of the new equipment in our manufacturing training center. We're actually trying to incorporate that into the normal program as well as degree and non-degree courses that people can take, and also we've been actually training a lot of local company employees in the manufacturing training center.
For the student that wrote the code to power the robot, what's a real-life application of that?
Well, actually, we have also part of the manufacturing training center. We have a mechatronic system where it has a whole process. You can break it down into different stages of a whole manufacturing process, and this is just one aspect of it as well. Even though it's a separate part from the mechatronic system, it also gives the student an application for learning how turntables, in a actual piece of a manufacturing process. We have a company in town that primarily all they have is robots. The students would actually help program the robot, and if there's some issues, the robots do all the work. The students just kind of monitor, make sure the robots are doing what they're supposed to do.
And where can people get more information about your program?
www.cltcc.edu, Central Louisiana Technical Community College.
We're here to demonstrate one of our simulation mannequins for the legislators to see how our students are provided this opportunity to learn life-saving skills in a non-threatening environment.
What are some ways that you teach your students that?
We prepare him in advance. For instance, he may be in the parking lot where he just got hit by a car, or he may be bleeding to death somewhere on campus, and we call the students out and they have to come rescue him.
And how many of these simulation dolls does the college have?
We have 3. This is our big one. He's completely tetherless. We have one that gives birth, and then we have a child.
And tell me a little bit about the program. How big is it?
We have a fairly big program. We graduate a class every spring and every fall. We have about 120 students, so it's a good-sized program. And it takes about 20 months to complete, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
And where can people get more information about the program?
They can go to our website, nwltc.edu.
Today I'm here to just represent the IT department at SLCC. I'm in the application software development department at SLCC. So we have a lot of exciting things going on, and we're just showing a little app that we have over here that we created.
What are some of the things that you've learned in the program?
Oh my gosh. I've learned a lot about computers in general. I've learned how to write code in computer-specific language to talk to them and to manipulate them and to get them to do what I want them to do, which is really, really cool, and how to design systems in computers.
And why did you choose that program and that college?
Well, I chose the program because it's a brand new program, and I was excited that it's brand new, it's fresh. Also, I chose it because it's very specific to what I wanted to learn. I think coding and building websites and computer systems is the future. And so to hear that SLCC is going to invest in the community with that was a big factor in me making my decision. So.
And what are your plans after graduation?
I plan on getting a job, absolutely. I'm testing the job market for any entry-level software engineering positions. There are a lot of companies new to Louisiana that are hiring people like me. So it's a very, very exciting location to be in right now, and a very exciting time to be in.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I would just like to thank SLCC and everybody incorporated. I think it's a great college. I would like to thank them for incorporating this program and for teaching me so much great stuff. And I'd just like to encourage anybody to go ahead and get a good education post high school. And that's it.
we're here for the workforce development, just to be able to show off what we're doing at Bossier Parish Community College, and along with the other LCTCS schools, to see, the state representatives can see what our dollars are going to here in the state of Louisiana, and why this investment into higher education is so important for Louisiana's future.
What exactly are our dollars going to? What types of programs do you offer?
Okay, for Bossier Parish Community College, we have an engineering program. We're the only two-year school in Louisiana that has articulation agreements for our engineering program with both LSU here in Baton Rouge and with Louisiana Tech up in Ruston. So our students can graduate and go directly into a two-year degree, so that's benefiting them into their careers. And then also we're doing direct workforce development, where they're getting national and international certifications. They're job market ready when they leave us. So it's not a matter of, oh, I need more education. We have employers that want to hire out the door because of the certifications that they're getting from Bossier Parish Community College.
And what type of demand is there in Louisiana and also nationally for these types of careers?
Depending on the region, like for us, we're right next door to a cyber research park, and so we have companies there that have DoD, Department of Defense contracts, and so for us, we have a very strong workforce relationship with them, where we're training specifically to some of the needs that our Department of Defense needs for the network security guys and for our cyber workforce that's going out there. Also, we're looking at the engineering areas. We have a lot of things going on as far as design and what can happen within the design venue of things. So we can look at the 3D modeling like we have printing here, where they can actually use that and then take that into application for real life applications, where they can actually design in 3D, print it off, see how it's going to work, and then before they actually start our mass production fabrication of something.
And where can people get information about your program?
For us, it's going to be BossierParishCommunityCollege.edu, so bpcc.edu. We have all of our programs listed on there. We have areas depending on what you're interested in, from culinary arts, allied health, engineering, AutoCAD, computers, cyber. So just depending on whatever you're interested in, we probably have it there.
I am taking blood pressures to all the wonderful people that are here today.
And where did you learn how to take blood pressures?
I learned from my awesome instructors how to take a blood pressure. It's definitely a lot of practice for us right now to be out here doing so many blood pressures, and we're thankful to have this opportunity to do that.
What are some other types of things that you've learned in the program?
We have learned many things, from bed baths and just caring for patients. We also learn injections and a lot of the deeper issues, and soon we'll be doing IV therapy.
And when do you graduate, and what are your plans for after graduation?
I graduate in May of 2017. Hopefully I got a job somewhere in cardiovascular, and I do plan to go back for my bachelor's.
And what made you choose this college and this program?
I came to Fletcher when I was kind of looking for somewhere that was relatable, and everyone there was very relatable, always helpful, and there to reach out, and they're rooting for you. So that's why I chose Fletcher. Our LPN program is the only nationally accredited program in the southern region of the United States, which is really exciting. We're really proud of that. Our ASN program just got accredited, thankfully, which took a lot of hoops to get through and everything. And also, we have a 100% passage rate on our NCLEX exams for the past 3 years, hopefully 4.
Today is LCTCS Day here on the camp, at the Capitol. And what it is number one, it's a way of saying thank you to the legislature for all they do to support us, but also it's an opportunity for us to showcase what we do. There are 13 colleges. We're here just to let the legislature and the public know what we do.
What exactly is it that you do?
Well, at Delgado, we have workforce development as well as what we call our transfer programs. So it depends on what your interest is. If you're interested in going into the 4-year system, we can help you get started. If you're interested in going directly into the workforce, we have about 73 different programs so that you can come out and make really great wages.
What types of programs are available?
Well, we've got nursing, we've got welding. We also offer digital. We offer computer science. If you're interested in becoming a teacher, we can help you begin the program for that, as well as we also have business administration, which is very, very popular.
And what is it that makes Delgado unique compared to other schools?
Well, we're in New Orleans, and New Orleans is the most unique city in the country. But on top of that, we have a very diverse campus. So we have 7 Some are right there, right in the middle of New Orleans. Some are out in the suburbs. So you get a unique mixture of individuals, very diverse, and there are lots of opportunities as well. There's the music, there's the theater. We have an award-winning theater program. There are just all sorts of opportunities because we're located in New Orleans.
Overall, how successful are Delgado graduates in entering the workforce or the four-year college system?
We are in the top 10 for having people who are able to come out with credentials and go right into the workforce. We also have a a very, very successful nursing program. And so our students go out, they do very well, they transfer to universities all over the city, all over the state, all over the country. So we've been extremely successful. And our graduates come back and tell us that had it not been for Delgado, they wouldn't be where they are today. That makes my job worthwhile.
We are here showing the factory in a box. It's basics and tronics and how a factory or a plant would work on a computer.
Why did you choose to go to a technical community college?
Well, I went to orientation at a four-year college and was very intimidated. So I decided to go to a technical college to get my basics classes out the way to start with. And then when I got there, I had some of my friends turn me on to P-Tech, and they said it's a great program, you'll learn a lot, and it's not that hard, and you'll make good money doing it too.
And so far, what are some of the types of things that you've learned?
I've learned basically how simple processes work. I've learned different equipment, how to take it apart, how to put it together, how it runs, and how to just do simple stuff like that, and how to run stuff on a computer. I've learned computer skills, interpersonal skills, working in small groups and stuff like that.
And when do you graduate?
I'll graduate this December.
And what are your plans after graduation?
I plan on working in a chemical plant, either local or I will relocate depending on what the offers are.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to show the legislation and show the state of Louisiana what a great job we're doing training all of our students in the new high-tech, high-paying jobs in our society.
What are some of the different types of programs that you offer your students?
What we offer is P-Tech program, we have welding programs, you can see behind me we have a crane program. So what we do is we're training students in order to be able to get those high-paying jobs in our workforce industry.
And what kind of demand is there?
There's a huge demand. We have our students in internships around all the chemical plants and oil refinery plants throughout the state of Louisiana. So there's a high demand right now.
And where can people get more information?
Information is you just get a hold of the LCTCS system or give any one of the community colleges within your region, get on their websites and look it up. So one of the things the students would have to learn how to do is they would learn how to safely shut down a system and change out a piece of equipment. So this is a valve that they would be changing out. They do lockout tagout on the valve. They would then remove all the bolts and everything on this orifice plate and replace this unit. And this is a flow unit for us to measure how much flow is going through a process. They have to do that in a certain amount of time and then get the process back up and running so we can keep production happening.
And what's a real-life application of this stuff?
Real-life application is that I have a chemical processing plant and I'm producing a product and I need to measure the flow of that product through our plant. And this little device gives us the ability to make that flow measurement.
So what you see here is the demonstration of a pump pumping the fluid. What it is doing is it's taking the fluid from this tank and it's running it through the suction and it's taking it out the discharge and out back into the tank. It's just for the demonstration purposes. You see all these small balls going in, that's to demonstrate the flow of the fluid, because once there is no ball, you can't really see it going on in there. Out of that, if you look at these balls, you will see there are certain turbulences going in. It shows you that there is some certain inefficiency in the process, and you need to be able to, work around if there is something clogging the pump. For example, I can take this pipe and I can insert it in here, and you see that it's dying. We don't have the same flow again now. Now the moment I take it out, and there you go, we're back in the laminars form. That form that we had earlier was a little turbulent. We don't want that. In the industry, we want everything smooth. We want running it perfectly, at the design value that we require to. And I can increase the pump circulation. I can decrease the pump circulation. I can get some back pressure on it.
just to, regulate different things, different environment. You see, the balls are slowing down, and there we go. We're back at the track. And that's all it does.
What's a real life application of this?
So in the real life, when you go to a plant, you need pump pretty much everywhere. Wherever you need to pull the fluid from, for example, you're pumping the crude oil, you need to be able to pump it to the distillation column so that you can get gas, asphalt, and all of the things that we see, out in the field. So you should be able in order for that liquid to move, we need the pumps, and they do a pretty good job. And this is a baby pump. Those are pretty big, bigger than this. Trust me, pretty huge, big pumps. So this is the demonstration baby pump you're looking at.
And are you a student or an instructor?
Yes, I am a student, and this is my last semester. I'll be graduating and looking to get a job.
So all of our community colleges are here representing their workforce programs, and at Nunez we have some great workforce and technical programs that include things like welding, electrical, pipe fitting, millwright, solar construction, and process technology.
And why are these programs important to Louisiana?
Well, all of these workforce programs are really influenced by our economic and industry needs. So if you take the process technology program at Nunez as an example, we're located in Chalmette, Louisiana, which is in St. Bernard Parish, and all around us are refineries. So not only like oil and gas industry refineries, but the Domino Sugar refinery is right down the road from our college in our parish. So we have a process technology program that enables people to learn those advanced refining processes and work in the oil and gas industry, food processing, and also chemical processing.
And what is the biggest benefit to your students for choosing Nunez over a regular four-year college or another school?
Well, we're small. And we say that with pride because we only have 2,500 students, but that means that our students get a lot of personalized attention. They get to build great relationships and mentorships with their faculty members and the academic advisors and everybody that we have on campus. So for a student who maybe needs to build their skills, build their confidence, is looking for an environment where they will be highly supported, that's really what we can offer because of our small size and our low student to faculty ratio.
And where can people get more information about your program?
www.nunez.edu.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. If you've never been out to St. Bernard Parish, we have a lot of great things to offer, and Nunez Community College is really proud to be a part of St. Bernard and serve the greater New Orleans region, but also to really focus on St. Bernard and Plaquemines parishes.
We're demonstrating our virtual welder. We have a couple of these that we keep around. It's a training tool that we use with our students kind of when they first start to get them familiar with machine setup and terminology, things like that.
In what ways do these virtual welding machines benefit students?
It's a lot safer, I guess. It's no substitute for actual welding, but when they first get in and to get used to handling the machine and reading different, we have WPSs, it's a procedure sheet that they follow. It's good for that. Once they weld, it'll show them a grade. It'll give them all the discontinuities, tells them what's wrong, why it happened, things like that. So they know when they get hands-on with the real welding, what to look at, what to look forward to.
And when the students graduate, what type of future do they have ahead of them? What's the demand for welders?
Right now, I guess nationwide, it's all the older welders are starting to retire. So there's a big need for welders. Louisiana right now, we're kind of slowing down. There's still a lot of work out there. They got to look a little harder than normal. But Ville Platte, we still have probably a 90% job placement rate.
And where can people get information about the program?
They can go online, solacc.edu. They have information about all the programs there.
And now would you like to do a demonstration of the virtual welding?
Sure. So right now we're set up for a 7018, just a 2F fillet weld. we put our hood on, and this is what you see when you got the welding hood on. It's a virtual machine. We get close and everything else, and we'll see if I can't make it work. We can come here, we can clean everything off and give us a grade. 87, not too bad. Tripped up right here, but you can see we don't have any discontinuities. It'll tell you, how our angles were and our arc length and things like that. So it's a good tool. If I'd have been off any more on these things, we'd have had some porosity and different things like that could have been wrong with the weld.
Why are all those things important to the weld? Like, what could happen if they're done improperly?
Too much porosity or undercut. If this was an actual weld, it could crack, it could break. If this was on a pipeline or anything like that, you could have a potential leak. Things losing product. If this was a bridge, you got to imagine a weld not holding on a bridge could be catastrophic. So it kind of gets people used to seeing what they need to do and how to do it.
And where can people go to learn more information or learn about the programs available?
www.lctcs.edu or any of our community or technical colleges around Louisiana.